Hello, everyone, welcome back to the channel War Horizon. Please subscribe and like my videos as we dive into one of the most heated developments recently unfolding in the Ukraine, Moscow standoff. Today's deep analysis takes the shape of a grand review, the kind of breakdown you'd expect when examining a powerful machine or a sophisticated system. But here the machine is the entire conflict mechanism itself, a mechanism made of armies, political decisions, strategies, unexpected moves, and the high-pressure environment tightening between Ukraine and Moscow. The escalation reported is not just a headline, it's a complex structure with an exterior that looks volatile, an interior full of layered motives, a performance shaped by military movements, safety features replaced by diplomatic attempts, unique selling points represented by strategic advantages, and a price paid by nations standing on the front line. This script will walk through every corner of this unfolding situation in an engaging and comprehensive way. The exterior of the fresh escalation looks tense and visibly charged, like a machine whose shell is built from months of unresolved friction. The visible layer of this standoff shows rising troop movements, new statements, intensified rhetoric, and frontline reshuffling that naturally catches the attention of global observers. When we look at the exterior, what we see is the sharp profile of an international crisis standing tall under harsh geopolitical sunlight. Ukraine calls for stronger defense readiness, while Moscow signals discontent through force posturing. The shell, therefore, appears as a polished but dangerous structure, sharp-edged announcements, public warnings, and military positioning that gives this conflict the same presence as a massive, high-powered war vehicle standing idle, yet humming with potential energy. Every visible motion, from drone flights to updated border patrols, forms part of this outer design, creating an image of a crisis that looks sleek, serious, and ready to respond. Now entering the interior, which must be big, deep, detailed, and fully expanded. The interior is where the true complexity lies, the core of the escalation that cannot be seen from the outside, but defines its very existence. Inside this geopolitical machine, every system is interconnected. Political fears, strategic calculations, alliances, historical tensions, economics, global influence, and internal political pressures all live here. The interior is a vast cabin filled with layered consoles, illuminated indicators, blinking warnings, and hidden compartments. Ukraine's internal environment is filled with urgency as leaders assess troop readiness, evaluate defense systems, and communicate with allies for support and intelligence synchronization. Meanwhile, Moscow's interior is filled with its own motivations, a combination of maintaining influence, responding to perceived threats, managing domestic expectations, and testing geopolitical boundaries. Inside this compartment, fear and confidence sit side by side. Every strategic conversation is like adjusting inner levers, every diplomatic attempt is like recalibrating inner sensors, and every intelligence update is like refreshing the internal digital dashboard that shows emerging threats and opportunities. The interior is also where long-term strategy meets short-term necessity. It contains the memories of past escalations, the calculations of future costs, and the emotional weight of national pride. It is spacious yet overcrowded, organized yet chaotic, silent yet roaring with discussions. Within this interior, every choice becomes a component that influences another. Alliances push for stability, rivalries push for dominance, and citizens on both sides hope for safety as leaders try to navigate through tight corridors of decision-making. This internal structure defines how the escalation behaves, reacts, shifts direction, and measures risk. It is the hidden engine powering the visible tension outside. As we move into performance, we observe how this escalation behaves under significant pressure. The performance of the Ukraine-Moscow standoff is measured through tactical maneuvers, diplomatic reactions, intelligence assessments, and military readiness. The engine of conflict performance revs up whenever a new development emerges, whether it's reconnaissance activity, border reinforcements, cyber alerts, or strategic troop distribution. Ukraine performs with a defensive, forward stance, quick mobilization capability, and strong reliance on partner intelligence. Moscow's performance, on the other hand, is characterized by unpredictable pacing, mixed signals, and sudden power moves designed to test reaction speed. The performance includes how fast each side responds, how clearly they signal intentions, and how effectively they maintain control over the narrative. This is a machine designed to run under stress, and with every new update, its performance shifts like gears changing speed. The escalation demonstrates bursts of acceleration when new threats emerge, followed by moments of braking when diplomacy briefly slows things down. But even during slow moments, the machine's engine never fully shuts off circulating pressure, producing heat and preparing for whatever might come next. Safety features in this scenario are equivalent to diplomatic channels, international mediation efforts, line communication systems, sanctions used as deterrence rather than punishment, and the role of global observers working as stabilizers. These safety features attempt to keep the conflict from overheating or spiraling out of control. International organizations serve like airbags ready to deploy when tensions hit dangerous levels, trying to absorb impact through negotiations and de-escalation talks. Leaders from various nations act like the braking system, urging both sides to slow down and evaluate the consequences. The risk of miscalculation is always high, so safety features are essential, even if imperfect. These features do not eliminate conflict, but they reduce the likelihood of catastrophic escalation. Still, just like safety mechanisms on a heavily used machine, these diplomatic safeguards wear out with time if tensions keep rising. As long as communication remains open, even thinly, the safety system stays functional. But every harsh statement, every troop relocation, and every new military announcement puts extra pressure on those diplomatic safety rails. Unique selling points, or USPs, in this geopolitical machine relate to strategic advantages each side holds. Ukraine's USP lies in its resilience, intelligence support from international partners, modernized defensive approaches, and the moral leverage of defending its sovereignty. Its adaptability, quick tactical learning, and strong alliances form the internal strengths that make Ukraine stand firm despite immense pressure. Moscow's USP are different: vast military resources, long-range capability, geopolitical influence, and deep-rooted regional leverage. The strength of Moscow's strategic depth provides it with space to maneuver, negotiate, and shift approaches without appearing weakened. Both sides possess unique advantages that shape the direction and potential outcomes of the escalation, creating a competitive dynamic where each tries to leverage its strengths to gain a better position. The price of this escalation is high for both sides. Nations pay the price through economic strain, rising defense budgets, public anxiety, diplomatic breakdowns, and the continuous fear of further escalation. Civilians feel the emotional toll in the form of uncertainty and concern for the future. Political leaders pay with pressure, criticism, and the constant weight of decision-making. Soldiers pay with the difficulty of deployment, readiness demands, and the stress of potential combat. International partners pay with the responsibility of supporting stability while avoiding direct confrontation. The global economy pays with fluctuating markets, disrupted energy routes, and shifting trade calculations. Every escalation has a price tag. and this one continues to rise the longer it persists. The conclusion of this review-style script brings us back to the core message. The fresh escalation reported in the Ukraine-Moscow standoff is not just a moment. It is a full system, a high-powered geopolitical machine made of visible tension on the outside and complex internal operations on the inside. Its performance shows adaptability and risk. Its safety features show hope for diplomacy. Its USB highlights strengths on both sides, and its price reminds us that conflict always demands sacrifices. The situation continues to evolve, the tension continues to build, and global observers continue to monitor every move. The world hopes this machine slows down before the pressure reaches irreversible levels. As always, stay tuned to War Horizon for deeper reviews, powerful breakdowns, and clearer explanations of global conflict developments. Please subscribe, like the video, and stay alert as more updates emerge.